Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my Spyral Yugioh deck profile for June 2017. Maximum Crisis came out a little while ago, about a month ago. I just haven't gotten around to giving you guys an update to this deck, but I thought I would, since this deck does show some pretty good potential as being one of those decks just to stick around, especially with the format changing. And this deck does go into the extra deck sometimes, but you know, it can still make it on its own with its search plays and whatnot. But let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile. Start off, I run 3 Spyral Super Agents, the main monster of your deck. With his effect, if this card's in your hand, you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap, reveal the top card to your opponent's deck, and if you do, special summon this card if the card of that type is declared correctly. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Spyral card, you can target one spell or trap in your opponent controls and destroy it. You can only use each effect of Spyral Super Agent once per turn, so it's really cool because there are ways you can set up the top of your opponent's deck, basically with Spyral Gear Drone, and then get the easy special summon of him off. And other than that, with the special summon effect with the pop effect as well, take care of Pesky Vacro with your opponent. And I also run 2 Spyral Tough. This card's name becomes Spyral Super Agent while it is on the field or in the graveyard, and once per turn you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap, target one card your opponent controls, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, destroy that targeted card if the revealed card is the declared card. So another good pop card, and the fact that he gains Super Agent's name just helps because there are multiple cards in this deck that just rely on having Super Agent on the field to use, so basically like you're running 5 Super Agents in total. And one of the best cards just to help with your setup is Spyral Quick Fix. This card, if it's normal or special summon, you could add one Spyral Gear card from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard and you control Spyral Super Agent, you can discard one card to special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. And this card's not a once per turn either, so you can actually get one of these out and use machine duplication, get the other 2, and have plenty of searches added to your hand. It's probably one of the main moves you can do just for those search effects and grab all the different Spyral cards you need using this card. And also 2 Spyral Gear Drone. If this card is normal or special summon, you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and if you do, place them on the top of the deck in any order. During either player's turn, you can tribute this card, then target one Spyral monster you control. It gains 500 attack for each card your opponent controls, and you can banish this card and one Spyral card from your graveyard, then target one Spyral Super Agent in your graveyard, add to your hand. So along with the recycle power, the fact that it helps just set up the top of your deck means that you can let this guy take your normal summon, and then know what your opponent's top of the deck is to get off the Super Agent special summon there, and then have the bump up effect, which isn't an end of turn, so it'll stay permanently as long as that monster's on the field. And I only have, sadly for some reason, 1 Last Resort. I do want to run 2. Until then, just proxying in 1 Master Plan, but would definitely run 2 Spyral Gear Last Resort. You could target one Spyral monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. While this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. And once per turn, if this card is equipped to a monster by its effect, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard. The equipped monster can attack directly this turn. So if you can bump up Super Agent with Drone to a very high attack point, you can deal some massive damage with this card, and it's honestly the greatest card that you can use to protect your Super Agent from other cards as well, which is why I definitely like to run 2 of this in the deck. And 1 Spyral Sleeper. I'd call this your big card of the deck to use. Cannot be special summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 Spyral cards in your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one Spyral card you control and up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle and or card effects and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many cards you control as possible, and if you do, special summon one Spyral Super Agent from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So it's basically that good search effect, but he's also that powerhouse that the deck needed just for that easy pop effects that you can get off with his abilities, and he's very easy to get out just with the banish effect, so he's a big powerhouse there. Keeping him at 1 though, just to see how it works out. If I do end up liking him more than you know, I do now, I might bump him up to 2, but we'll see. And also, just to finish off the monster count, 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, just for the fact that it's a tuner, can help with some synchro summons, and just an additional good hand trap for a bunch of other cards in the format at the moment. And that is it for the monsters. We'll move on to spells. I run 3 Spyral Resorts. The field spell, your opponent cannot target other Spyral cards you control with card effects, and once per turn you can add 1 Spyral monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your end phase, shuffle 1 monster in your graveyard into the deck or destroy this card. So just that surge effect really does help, and the fact that it's not a once per turn means that you can use it multiple times. Just gotta really watch out how you want to protect this card, because it'll be destroyed at the end phase if you don't have the proper stuff to shuffle back, which also helps because it lets you recycle a lot of your monsters. And I run 3 Spyral Gear Big Red, basically the Premature Burial for the deck. You activate this card by targeting 1 Spyral monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do equip this card to it, it cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only activate 1 Spyral Gear Big Red per turn. Plus, if the Big Red leaves the field, you still keep the monster effect, since it doesn't have that binding contract of an effect where if this card leaves, destroy the monster and vice versa. But the fact that it protects from battle is also just a great card to run at 3, because you always want to have a super agent on the field. And I also run 1 Spyral Gear, fully armed, just 1 though because it is searchable. Equip only to a Spyral Super Agent, it gains 1000 attack, and if it destroys your opponent's monster by battle, you can banish both the opponent's destroyed monster and 1 other card your opponent controls. When this face-up card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Spyral Super Agent in your graveyard, special summon it. So all in all, a very powerful card for the fact that it can destroy an additional card, giving your Super Agent 1000 attack, which you can just bump him up incredibly crazy with all the different cards you use in this deck. Plus 2 Machine Duplication, just 2 though. Once you get the special summon off for the quick fix, you're pretty much set there. So you just want to make sure you get it. 3, too much of a dead draw if I open up 3 of these, which has happened a couple times when I was testing 3. It was just a big disappointment for me on that end. And then 2 Terraforming, just so I can easily search out the field spell as well. 1 Soul Charge, just for additional special summons of your monsters. 1 for 1. Once again, getting quick fix out as fast as you can. 1 Reinforcements of the Army for the warrior monsters in the deck, which are Super Agent and basically tough. And also 1 Upstart Goblin. Now I don't have Glow Up Bulb in the deck, 1 because I misplaced it. If you can remember what deck I last used Glow Up Bulb in, definitely appreciate it so I can, help find it. I think the last time I asked you guys for your help on the Glow Up Bulb, it was actually in the Spyral deck, so I have no clue where it is now. But 1 Upstart Goblin, but if you do want to run the Glow Up Bulb with the Naturia Beast play, you can take out this for the Glow Up Bulb. Plus 1 Foolish Burial, just for the additional sending. This helps with the Glow Up Bulb, but it also helps with the field spell, so you have a Spyral monster to either revive from the graveyard or to shuffle back with that option. And also 2 Twin Twister, just for spell and trap popping. And 1 Regeki to finish off the spell cards. And then moving on to traps, I run 2 Spyral Gear, Utility Wire. If you control Super Agent, you target 1 face-up card your opponent controls placed on top of the deck. You can only activate 1 Spyral Gear per turn, but it's searchable, which is very nice, giving you that option of, just taking care of pesky cards your opponent controls. And also 1 Solemn Warning and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. And to finish off the traps, 2 Call the Haunted, just for, once again, additional special summons for resources on the field. And moving on to the extra deck, I run 1 Silent Honor Arc, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, 1 Castel, 1 Digesto Emerald, 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur for the fact that they are warrior monsters, and 1 Ghost Trick Dalahan with Quick Fix and Drone being level 1 monsters. Rank 1s in this deck are pretty used at times, along with Sylvan Princess Sprout, searching out those spell and traps. Number 54 Lionheart, I've actually done some pretty crazy plays with this, just with the machine duplication, if I really needed to do that play with Quick Fix, overlaying all 3 for the Lionheart was actually a lot of fun. And I do run the 1 number 39 Utopia, and I am proxying a Lightning at the moment just because I do not have one, so I definitely recommend running the Utopia and Utopia Lightning combo there. I think I also need the Ray, which I forgot to put in for that as well. So if you wanted to swap something out, probably the Excalibur, or if you didn't want to go for the Lionheart play, definitely swap that out there. And then for synchros, I run 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, and also 1 Old Entity Hastur. If you wanted to run Naturia Beast, you could probably take out the Hastur or one of the other level 7 synchros just to fill in that spot. Most likely Black Rose, because you get field set up pretty easily in this deck. I don't see you wanting to blow up stuff. Ancient Fairy Dragon does help just with the fact that you do run a field spell that works very well in correspondence with its effect. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just want to let you guys know that I always use your recommendations for inspiration when it comes to making my deck profiles. So, you know, any comments are greatly appreciated, just because, like I said, they inspire me, if not just to look into the deck I want to build, but also, you know, just to get me moving on what I think needs to be updated after a couple months or weeks have passed. But yeah, once again, that's it for the deck profile, and until next time, Kira Twig out.